All right, let's jump right into this explainer on the architecture of enough. Today, we're going to break down the exact math and, more importantly, the mindset you need to finally escape that exhausting rat race. So let's dive in. Have you ever felt like you're running this endless race where the finish line just keeps getting pushed further away? You know the feeling. No matter how much you earn, there's always this persistent, nagging thought that you just need a little bit more money to finally be happy. Honestly, it's a perfect recipe for total burnout. Well, it turns out researchers actually studied this, and they call it the 50% rule. They went out and asked people at every single income level how much money they'd need to truly feel satisfied. And the answer is almost a running joke. It is consistently about 50% more than whatever they have right now. Make 50 grand a year, you swear you need 75. Make 200 grand, suddenly you absolutely need 300. And that right there is exactly why chasing more is a massive trap. More is just a moving target. You're never going to hit it. But finding your enough, that is a concrete fixed point. It actually gives you a real finish line that you can cross. So to really wrap our heads around why this happens, we have to look at something called the fulfillment curve. Now, initially, spending money directly boosts our happiness. No surprise there, right? But it eventually peaks at this sweet spot. And if you push past that peak, your spending actually starts generating misery and stress. Think of it kind of like climbing a hill. Down at step one, you're just in survival mode. Every dollar buys vital things like food and shelter. Spend a bit more, and you reach step two. Comfort. You get the nice bed, a reliable car. Then you hit step three, the sweet spot. Life feels genuinely great here. But if you keep climbing and just keep spending, you tip right over the edge into step four. Because once you hit that downward slope, buying that fancier car, it actually decreases your overall happiness. Why? Because more stuff literally equals more maintenance. It's more insurance to pay, more things that can randomly break down on a Tuesday, and just significantly more stress to carry around on your shoulders. Look, the media loves to sell us this crazy version of wealth that's all about private jets and running corporate empires. But for a normal person, real freedom is profoundly simple. It's not about managing complex logistics. It's about, say, waking up at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday without a loud alarm clock screaming at you. So, what does your personal enough actually look like? Seriously, think about it. For some people, it's just being able to take a spontaneous walk in the park. For others, it might be ordering at a nice restaurant without immediately scanning the price column on the right, or maybe treating your parents to a nice vacation twice a year. What's your specific version of freedom? Once you can picture that ideal lifestyle, we can actually calculate your financial freedom number. This is a precise investment amount that literally pays for your life forever. When you hit this number, you reach what's called the crossover point. Your investments pay your way, and working your day job officially becomes optional. Now, you might be wondering, does this math actually hold up in the real world? Well, absolutely. It's based on something called the Trinity Study. Researchers looked at 70 years of historical market data and proved that if you have a certain invested amount, you can live off your portfolio indefinitely without ever running out of money. Okay, I want to slow down for a second here because this simple formula is basically the key to the whole shebang. Here's what you do. Take your ideal yearly expenses and simply multiply them by 25. That's it. If you need $40,000 a year to live your ideal life, multiply by 25, and your target is $1 million. If you can live happily on $30,000, your target drops down to $750,000. That right there is your exact finish line. But wait, it actually gets better. Because once you know your number, there's a hidden way to kind of hack this formula in your favor. I like to call this the instant freedom hack. And it's wild how many people completely miss this. The secret lies right there in the multiplier itself, that number 25. Because of that 25x rule, every single dollar you cut from your recurring yearly expenses pulls your financial finish line exactly $25 closer to you. Let's look at this math in action, because it's incredible. Say you decide to move to a slightly cheaper apartment and you save $200 a month. That's $2,400 a year. Multiply that by 25, and suddenly your overall target goal drops by $60,000. That one single lifestyle tweak instantly wiped 60 grand off your finish line. No way, right? But it's just the math. So the absolutely crucial takeaway here, please stop stressing over that $5 daily coffee. To really leverage this hack, you have to focus on the big three: housing, transportation, and food. Making just one significant cut to your rent or your car payment easily beats making 100 tiny, frustrating daily sacrifices. When you start looking at things through this multiplier lens, saving money isn't about deprivation anymore. Every single time you cut a recurring cost, you aren't just hoarding cash. You are literally buying back months or even years of your own future freedom. Because ultimately, the goal isn't to end up as the richest person in the graveyard, right? Money is just a tool. Getting your hours back, getting your days back, that is the real objective. Time is the one absolute unrenewable treasure that you literally cannot earn more of. So, I'm going to leave you with a bit of a challenge today. Grab a pen and be incredibly honest with yourself. What does a comfortable, genuinely happy life actually look like for you? Figure out your yearly expenses, multiply that by 25, and find your enough number. The choice is yours. Are you going to keep running on an endless treadmill, or will you set your fixed target today?